We're gonna settle this once and for all. Who's the fastest driver in my company?
Get amazing prices on the brands you love at Micro Center. Micro Center has over 30,000 items in stock, including desktops, laptops, computer components, monitors, TVs, and more. Not sure which parts to choose for your next build? Then use Micro Center's custom PC builder to find compatible parts, create your parts list, add them to your cart, and use same-day pickup at one of Micro Center's 25 locations nationwide. And if you're not comfortable building it, one of Micro Center's professional builders can build it for you as fast as same day for a fee. And if you need ideas for a build, then head to Micro Center's Build Showcase for great build inspiration, or submit your build for others to see. To see everything that Micro Center has to offer, click the link in the description below.
All the clickbait aside now, remember when we built this rig here? This is the TRX racing rig from Track Racer. We were sent the Moza Gear that I said we would do a separate video on. I figured kind of a fun way to sort of play around with it and show you guys how it works is to maybe just have like a little time attack challenge here within our group. So Phil, Nick, and I are gonna be going head to head today on seeing who can put down the fastest laps in Assetto Corsa in the 2014 Hankook C LMS R8. And we're gonna do it at Laguna Seca. But anyway, just a kind of a quick overview of the racing pedals and wheel and base that we have here. This is the Moza R9 Direct Drive. This is also our Quest Pro, which we are gonna be using for VR. It's kind of their upper mid-level base. They have like a R12, I think, too, that's even stronger than this one. But this is so much nicer than my Club Sport base that I have right now for my Fanatec that I got something like 6-7 years ago. Small too, as you can see right here. It's also direct mounted to the frame. Now the steering wheel here, they have a ton of different wheels that you can choose from. This is the FSR Formula wheel. We also have a GT wheel. And the difference is they're both yokes. This one has the screen on it, as you can see. It also has the TAC RPM right here. Actual adjuster knobs, so you can adjust things like turbo settings, brake ABS settings, all on the fly, neutral, reverse. You have your overtake button, you have your DRS button if you're doing a lot of Formula racing. It's pretty neat because all of this, if the program is designed to be able to speak to the wheel, which Assetto Corsa is, then these buttons are functional. Then the pedals are the CRP racing pedals. These are load cell, adjustable in terms of like the retention or the spring tension on like the clutch, where the clutch engagement is. The brake pedal is adjustable in terms of its feedback as well as its load cell rating. And then obviously tension and stuff on the gas pedal. We kind of left all of it where it is out of the box right now. The brake pedal is a pretty nice feel where it's a lot firmer than a street car, but it's not as firm as say a non-boosted or vacuum boosted race car, which those are like very hard, like pushing on a cinder block, but they're designed to be that way. We also do not have a shifter, as you might notice. So if we ever play around with cars that have an H-pattern shifter or like a dog box or some sort of a sequential, we're gonna add that later. It's just they were out of stock with the kind of shifter that we wanted. I also want to put a hydro brake on here so we could play around with drifting in the future. So that's the setup here. In terms of its quality, because this is a direct drive wheel, and right now we're in the game, it actually has feedback to where it wants to go back to center. But when it's off, it will just spin indefinitely. It's not like there's an actual like clock spring in there that stops. So also too, you can set this up with an e-stop or an emergency stop, which I don't have, which would be nice, especially, I have another one of these rigs for home, but I have a whole different wheel and pedal setup that I have to put together. It does have an e-stop and it's gonna be like right up here because Phil has already had this wheel bite him. The tension on this, the force feedback tension is so strong that if you lose control and it starts like spinning around wildly, especially because it's a yoke and not a circle, the yoke can really smack your hand and it hurts. So like my kids, when they come here and they've already played on this a couple times with me watching, I'll go into the Moza software and I will basically put the force feedback to almost nothing. Let's take a look at the software real quick and then we'll just get right to it and have some fun. I figured it'd be fun. This is sort of like Top Gear's, reasonably priced car, only we're doing it in a fast car that requires a lot of concentration, and we're gonna get a few practice laps and then an out lap and a timed lap. However, the difference is those that are not driving are going to be heckling the person driving, trying to get in their head and screw up their time. So the software is called Moza Pit House. As you can see, it even shows you a visual representation of the actual wheel and base and pedal that's connected to it because they are USB devices. Anyway, maximum steering angle, you can adjust all this. This is the game force feedback intensity. This is like I was saying, when my kids are driving, I'm like, we're gonna go down to like 10%, you know what I mean? But anyway, I'll leave it at 50 right now. You can hit more, go into fine tune adjustments, wheel spring strength. As you can see, I've got it at 100. Wheel damper, like you can really adjust this stuff if you want. That's the cool thing about a direct drive base, is it's all just the motor doing it. So there's no belts and return springs and stuff that are analog mechanical adjustment or mechanical features that can't be software adjusted. It's all adjusted right here. You might be wondering what this is for. Believe it or not, like with F1 cars and GT cars, you can well, maybe not necessarily F1, but certain cars, you can adjust the boost, like the turbo, right here as a dial. So you can turn it up and turn it down as the race goes on. Same thing with ABS, or this right here would be a map for like your ECU tune, traction control, ABS. You can adjust all that on the fly. So the game, as long as it's designed to utilize that, can absolutely do so. Moving on without going through a ton of settings here. This is kind of neat. All of our pedals are set as a linear curve right now, but you can make it adjusted as an S curve, a concave, a domed curve, based on what your particular I guess preferences would be. This is the screen type. You can change it to like the different, right now it says lost connection, but that's fine. You can change the screen type to be something that you want it to be. Maybe you don't want it to be showing your tachometer and gear and all and your lap times and stuff. So you can adjust that. This is the hub. This is for if we don't have a hub on here, but this is if you're attaching other stuff like Moza has a little dash that can be mounted to the top of the frame. It's got its shifter and its handbrake. I will need this when I go to do the handbrake and shifter on here. So this becomes a control hub for the parts going to it, and then this connects to the computer, which is kind of nice. It's pretty good software. And the reason why I say good software is coming from Fanatec, and I know I keep comparing it to Fanatec, it's the only other boutique brand I have to compare with. It has been a nightmare with Fanatec. Fanatec has finally moved on to a GUI style like this, or graphics user interface, but it's still not as good as Moza's. And it's funny because Moza came along way after Fanatec. So Fanatec is a German company, and I feel like they were very slow to innovate in terms of the software. So there's that. All right, so while Nick gets himself adjusted here, here's how we're gonna do this. They're gonna get 3 practice laps. If you crash and reset, that's a lap. So then you're gonna get a restart, which is where right now in Laguna Seca, this is before the fast 90 left where you go onto the front straight. Technically, that's not an out lap because you're gonna have full speed by the time you cross the line, but we're gonna do 2 laps. That, cross the line again, and when you come back, whatever your best time is, that's your time. And I think whoever loses today should have to buy lunch. If you guys are wondering, we have John Wick coins that were printed that we each have that we have to pay each other with whenever the other person wants lunch from that person. Now, one of the rules is, as hecklers, we cannot interfere with the driver, the headset, or the rig in any way. So I could be like, I'm not touching you, I'm not touching you, I'm not touching you, I'm not interfering with you directly. You can see that because
yeah, I can.
it's not sealed off. Do you feel like breathing? Gross. Oh, I can see your screen. So as you can see, the screen works with Assetto Corsa. Oh, when he's not hand over hand right now. So that was his last lap, was a 1:33. Okay, it just restarted. It's showing him his sector offset time. It says 0% on battery because this isn't one of those cars that has the electric assist. Like F1 has a little electric assist and LMP and whatnot. Shows us our current tire temperatures, current speed in kilometers, what gear we're in. The overtake, is active, well, available, I guess, which doesn't exist in this car. So it's pretty neat. Anyway, this is Nick's last practice lap. Oh look, it's an RGB shift light.
I know, I love that. Be closer.
You want to hear the sounds I make when I'm alone?
No.
Oh, you're already a second slower. Oh, that sucks. It says right there, +1 on the sector 1. I guess we should have turned on the driving line for you.
Wow.
Damn.
Can you feel me?
I don't want to, but yes.
I'm everywhere. Stop. No, watch it. I can see through I can see through your little screen.
Go get your own.
Oh, look at that. You're P1 according to the wheel, but that's, because there has to be only one car on the track for you to ever be P1.
Wow. Why did it just flicker? What did you do?
I didn't do anything.
Okay.
You just suck.
What did you do?
130.39.
All right, Phil just has to beat a 130.390.
I'm gonna be buying lunch, but it's okay. Yeah.
I'm not
pretty
saying
much.
you're slow. I meant I only cared about beating Nick because if I didn't beat Nick, I would never hear the end of it. However, Nick has been sim racing with like the Nissan Challenge guys now for a long time, and I've been sitting out, so I am at a disadvantage at the moment.
I don't even remember this track. I've driven it so many times in every video game. I still suck at it. Freaking shorter shift than my height.
I don't need to heckle Phil. He's doing it himself.
It's a coping method. Coping mechanism.
Yeah.
At least I'm short enough to see the. Oh, there's a turn there.
Okay, that lap didn't count. I don't want to heckle Phil. If I do right now, I'm just being a dick.
You did it to me.
Yeah, but I've known you for like 14 years, so it's fine.
Phil, hurry up and no Jay longer.
My other car has 97 horsepower. I don't remember these turns. Which one's the tighter one?
And that's why they paved that corner in.
Yeah, because everyone cuts it anyway.
Yeah.
Jesus, turn.
You know here, you don't know how to drive
Jesus
cars.
can't take that wheel.
Jesus, take the wheel.
They didn't have cars back then, dude.
You have been stopped.
They don't have cars back. Imagine all the Hebrews going dumb, dancing on top of chariots and turning tight ones. Ooh, tell me where to go.
Controller fell off.
All that track. All that track.
Wow. When Nick is talking about your line,
It's okay, I can't hear Nick. He talks too quiet anyway.
he said, "On that track, on that track." That's what he said.
I still can't hear that.
You have more room to your right.
What?
There's extra room to your right. It's
What?
okay. It's that chef wall.
Oh, damn it. Oh, cut detected.
All right.
GG. You can always see our eyeballs. It just looks like... It's just...
That sun is really in your face right there.
A star does that.
It's not a star, it's a sun. Is
It's your son.
that a fat joke?
He's really focused. He really doesn't want to move.
No, it doesn't have ABS, so of course there's a lot of concentration to make sure I'm not locking it up. Oh, that's a curb. Dang it.
Wow. Jay actually crashed it. I didn't even crash it.
Dude, that curb. I think it's just cosmetic damage, honestly.
Your face is cosmetic damage. Come over here and breathe on him or something.
I don't want to breathe on him.
This is Nick heckling.
I don't really.
Nick's like, I saw his practice laps, he doesn't need any help.
I'm pretty comfortable. As I said.
Wow. Right now he's driving to...
You visualize you win.
Yeah.
It's like he sees that.
He's like visualizing the Cheesecake Factory right now.
It's all the mountains.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is, I lost.
Oh, wow. Dude.
You see the marks right there? Here, let's go look at them.
Oh my God.
No,
So does that mean tiebreaker for me and Jay? Because we both DNF'd?
No, because I got one good lap.
Oh yeah.
And so did you, but my one good lap, I don't think was, I don't know if it was faster than you.
133.644. Wait, what was mine?
645.
Oh my God. There's no way we could have planned that. I'm actually mad that it's 1,000th of a second that I have to my channel.
And I end up with lunch.
Well, clearly I lost because it sucks. You know, the Moza's terrible. We're gonna kind of keep this going. We decided we were gonna keep like a whiteboard somewhere, and we're probably not gonna do it in like an LMS car. We're gonna do it in, like literally the reasonably priced car, and we were thinking the Honda Fit, which to be honest is actually kind of hard because once you get speed going with that, it doesn't want to turn. So we'll play around with that. Maybe we'll make a spreadsheet that somebody can just kind of keep an eye on online for their own entertainment to be like, who's winning this week? So anyway, time to go. We got RTFM show coming up soon, so we gotta get out of here and put this video
I
somewhat.
want lunch.
Huh?
I want lunch.
Well, I'm not buying it. He is. He's lost by 1,000th.
Phil, can I have lunch, please?
No.